Friends, it's been over 20 years, but Mystery Inc. has finally returned to Zombie Island. But are but are there still that many tortured and drained souls left on Moonscar Island? And is it and are there any descendants of Lena, Simone, or Jacques, the original three cat people that were granted immortality by the cat god's power? And to answer that question, guys, no, there is not. In fact, none of the zombies or the three cat people, except for a mysterious fourth cat creature that we never get an answer to as to whether this creature is real or not. None of the zombies or the three cat creatures that we do get a reveal to are real in this movie. But before I explain all that, the movie basically opens with Fred having a dream that basically sums up with what Scooby-Doo Curse of the 13th Ghosts basically started out with, and that's the fact that Fred has a flashback, re, 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 remembering basically one case where they had to catch a werewolf, and basically that leads to sort of like a opening scene of them rounding up like every single bad guy that they ever had through a musical montage. And at the end of this, Fred wakes up at the malt shop, and after having a moment with the mystery machine, Fred wakes up and remembers, oh yeah, I must have had a dream. She's nowhere to be found, and by she, Fred's referring to the mystery machine. And guys, Scooby and Shaggy are absolutely adamant that this time around, Mystery Inc. is finished for good. In fact, excuse me, Shaggy and Scooby basically make Fred, Velma, and Daphne take an oath to promise that even if they do think that there is some kind of mystery to be solved, the next place they go, that they will not even treat it like a mystery, because Scooby and Shaggy have basically had enough and are ready to put all their terrifying mystery days behind them. And Daphne, Fred, and Velma agree, although Velma, who once again is just very annoying throughout the entirety of the movie, is basically the one that's been affected by the promise the most, because she says it's making her crazy. Well then, Shaggy finds out that through an unknown sponsor that he and three guests end up at one of all expenses vacation to a tropical paradise. And again, even though Velma thinks that, oh, this is a little too suspicious, Shaggy says, guys, you promise. Now for the first time in a while, we are actually going to enjoy this vacation, and you are gonna be held accountable to keep your promise. So then they get straight on to the ferry, that is an exact copy of Shock's old boat from the original Zombie Island, and Fred almost thinks that he sees a green glow, but it turned out to be nothing. And of course, the captain of the ship tells them that he suggests they be back tomorrow by sunset, because after sunset tomorrow, the ferry will not be taking any more trips to that island. So basically, guys, let me cut straight to the chase here. The reason why none of the zombies are real in this movie is because it is actually a Scooby-Doo's Return to Zombie Island is actually a movie about within a movie, because Velma and Daphne almost immediately right away remember that this is in fact Moonscar Island, but out of the promise that they made just Shaggy and Scooby, that they've chosen to ignore everything, even though even like 2 minutes of the movie is spent recapping the events of the original Zombie Island. It's not until Shaggy and Scooby encounter these fake zombies in the massage room. But basically, guys, the whole movie within the movie concept is the supposed hotel manager of the Moon Star Resort is actually a director named Alan Smitty, who basically found out about the legend of Moonscar Island thanks to a blog that Velma put up information about all their unsolved mysteries, and the whole reason Alan arranged for Mystery Inc. to come back to Moonscar Island is because he wanted the actual people that lived the events of what originally happened on Moonscar Island to be in the Hollywood remake. And in fact, guys, they even have people that portray Detective Bo, the undercover gardener, Lena, Simone's cook, and of course, Mona, which is supposed to be Simone, and this weird other guy that's supposed to be Snakebite Scrubs. But basically, guys, after Fred basically developed a trap to catch the zombies, Alan basically lets them know that yes, this has all been a movie and you've ruined it. So then Mystery Inc. casually agrees to help Alan finish the movie. But what they don't know is that the 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 other three cat people are actually the ferry captain and the two tourists that they meet as soon as they get off the ferry to to basically check into the hotel. And yeah, guys, the whole reason why the tourists, I mean the two greeters and the ferry captain are dressing up and embracing what Simone, Lena, and Jacques have tried to do to the gang previously is because they are after the one thing that is actually still real to Return to Zombie Island and the original, and that is the three imposter cat people are indeed still after the exact location of Morgan Moonscar's treasure, which after the which after the three which after the two greeters and the ferry captain are taken into custody. That thanks to the cats, which probably are very distant ancient relatives of the cats that Simone did in fact keep on Moonsky Island all those years ago. They actually helped Mystery Inc. uncover Captain Moonsky's real treasure, which Alan takes and basically says, hey, look, I only did this thing because I wanted to get rich and be able to retire on a real tropical paradise. So catch you guys later. And yes, guys, Fred especially has a lot of useful things to do in the movie simply because he cannot get over the fact that he sold the mystery machine, and he even resorts to even obsessing over the replica of the mystery machine that was made for the Hollywood remake of of Zombie Island. And guys, the amount of PTSD that everybody goes through because of trying to keep the promise that they made to Shaggy and Scooby is hilarious. But as always, Velma has to ruin everybody's fun and chalk this all up to science. But then Daphne and Fred both agreed to just let Velma have it on this one. So yes, guys, is Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island better than the original? Of course not. But it is still a very entertaining and fun love letter and tribute to the original. And I say the greatest possible Easter egg for last. When Alan tells the gang that he came across the Zombie Island story on Thelma's blog. Well, like I mentioned a minute ago, there is, for a split second, a straight out mention of Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. So that has me thinking that maybe, just maybe, that next year's Scooby-Doo direct-to-DVD movie will be in fact a sequel or some kind of remake of Shaggy getting turned into a werewolf and possibly finally getting to see good old Count Drag and everybody's favorite two minions, Crunchy and Brunchy, the Sponge.